Hey everybody, Skylar Duensing here with the United States Patriot Society here at CPAC 2022, and I'm here with candidate for governor, Mr. Ramthun. How are you?
I'm so happy I should be twins. How you doing?
Great.
Thanks
Great
for having me.
Great to meet a fellow Wisconsin conservative, right? Here we are at CPAC. How are things? You just announced, right, your candidacy for governor. How was that?
It went over fantastically well, 13 days ago to be exact. We had an opportunity with good friends and family, and we packed the house, and we had an overflow that was also packed. So there was about 550 people at my event. Mike Lindell was there, and he endorsed me on the spot. General Michael Flynn called in and endorsed me on the spot. And there was a former gubernatorial candidate who I heard rumor might do the same. So I've got immediate support out of the gate. I've got tremendous support from the grassroots, from the Patriot groups, from GOP party officials. I've got chairpersons. Last summer when we were pushing for resolutions by the counties to get audits and investigations done in Wisconsin, we had communicated out to about 60 different chairs, and we had great energy and great synergy with those guys. We didn't get audits and investigations going like I wanted. It wasn't moving fast enough and get done. So in October, I switched gears and went from audits to let's reclaim our 10 electors. We got to do something, put a stake in the ground. We had enough proof. Fraud vitiates everything. Let's do something to hold the process and people accountable, continue audits and investigations, but we got to do something because the people are like up to here waiting for something to happen. And that really kind of propelled me to where I am today. I did not intend to run for governor. I was wanting to get the resolution across the finish line, and we're this close. In fact, I've got the resolution to the doorstep of the majority leader. All he has to do is have a hearing. Bring in the constitutional attorneys, bring in the constitutional experts, bring in Leg Council and bring in Legislative Reference Bureau, and have a discussion about the constitutionality of my package, which is the resolution and the clause data and the supporting documents. They won't have the hearing because I believe in my heart that they know I've given them something that's true and it's right and it can work for not only our state but for our country. And they don't want to do it. So here we are with this tit for tat, finger pointing, name calling stuff. All I want is closure on conspiracy conjecture. I want closure on truth, and they won't allow it. And yet I'm the guy that's a conspiracy theorist.
Right.
I'm the nut job.
Right.
It's all not right. It's not right. It's sinister actions, right?
Yeah, but for some reason this has turned to a partisan issue. I don't know why. I mean, I would think when you're dealing with fraud on such a level, and it's something as big as the presidency of the United States, wouldn't that be a bipartisan, in fact, a non-partisan issue?
Well, I couldn't agree with you more. In fact, it always should have been from day one, but they took it as though your guy lost and our guy won and get over it. So the Democrats were nose out of the gate because you didn't have this kind of concern back in 2016. Why now? Because your guy lost? I mean, I can see them asking the question, but it's like, let's get past that, look at the evidence. And by the way, it wasn't just in 2020. It wasn't in 18 and 16 and 14 and 12 and 10. I've got information that takes us back to 1996 when Bill Clinton ran for re-election against Bob Dole. There was nefarious things, manipulation of voter outcome, even back then already. That's 25 years ago. And I don't think that's far enough back as well. So the whole issue of selection versus election is something that we as a country and as states within the country have to really get tightened down on because it's not working right now. And there's plenty of evidence in Wisconsin, Arizona, Pennsylvania, Michigan, Minnesota's looking at stuff. I mean, every state in the country should audit their election, to be honest with you. So.
Oh, yeah. I don't know why you wouldn't audit all 50. And again, I just don't know why this has become a partisan problem. By no means is it.
Fear. And I think both sides are involved.
Yeah.
I think so many people are involved, and perhaps over time the learned behavior has come to the point where they think, well, this is how we've been doing it for the last 25 years. It must be right. That's not right either. So I've got a lot of barriers to break through. Learned behavior is one of them. Yeah,
and probably they got a lot of money behind this, right? With this corruption. How much of that do you think? Wasn't it Facebook that was very involved with the Wisconsin Election Committee?
$8.8 million for the state of Wisconsin. And that did manipulate the outcome.
And why do you think that is? What does Facebook have to do with our election process? And big tech, big media, big government, why are they getting involved in the way that they are?
I think Zuckerberg should answer that question. I'm sure he was approached and asked for money, and he's not a conservative. So he's going to say, sure, I got all kinds of money, Maybe not so much lately, by the way. I heard his stock is tanking pretty good.
Right.
So Truth Social, rock on.
Yeah, no kidding.
I'm there.
Yeah. So then I guess for a lot of our viewers, I think a lot of us have somewhat, to an extent, lost a little bit of faith and hope in the election system, which is a shame, but I really can't necessarily blame them because of what we saw in 2020. So to the voter, what's your advice? How do you keep that faith in the system when it doesn't seem like enough has happened for that?
Well, that's a great question. First of all, don't not vote.
Right. Yeah.
You stay home, you actually fuel the process of them to be able to steal it again. You have to engage, and then not just by voting, but I think you should try to participate. Become a poll watcher. Do something that engages you in the process. Ask for information. Ask for an audit from your local municipality. Get the feedback with your clerks. Let them know that you care about what is going on in your environment.
Sure. And what do you think then about community activism? What are good ways for people to get involved, and what are good ways for people to support your campaign?
Well, www.ramthunforgovernor.com is a really good place to go to see more about what's going on with me. It's an interactive site. We're going to have a store function brought up there too, where you can buy products like hats and shirts and things. You can also assist me in donations. I have trouble asking people for money because it's my decision to run for this job, but this is a statewide situation, and I'm up against a machine that has money, more money than I can think of right now, and they're looking to use it. So I could use some help to mitigate some of that excuse. The RPW says I got to have $100,000 and 1,000 donors by March 15th. I got grassroots, I got Patriot groups, I got everybody supporting me. It's possible that can happen without any big donors, without any PAC groups like they have.
Right.
But it could be a lot more assured, and I can remove that technicality if I get help from people. So.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, we need to get involved right now and really just truly start taking a stand for our freedom, for our republic, right? Like Ben Franklin said, it's a republic if you can keep it. And I think that's now been proven to be more true than ever before.
It's harder to keep it than it was to create it. That's absolutely true. And we're finding that out right now. We're at the precipice of having a point of no return, in my opinion. That's why I got so focused on election integrity. And the thing I'd like to add about election integrity is my style is discussion, debate, action, what's next. I'm not one issue guy. This is what the election integrity task that I've taken upon myself is a reflection of my character and how I operate in the environment of getting things done. I can do the same thing for medical freedom, for pro-life, for education, not indoctrination, backing the badge, farmers and small business. I am very comprehensive in my approach. My style is always aggressive, it's always assertive, and it's always results-oriented. So just getting me into the governor's chair to influence not only efficiencies in that branch of government, but the influence from the executive to the legislative body to raise its bar, because there's a lot of dysfunction in the Wisconsin legislature right now, and it's caused by the current leadership. Right. There's no question in my mind, and I'm going to say that more and more publicly. Now, they're attacking me because I had to leave early yesterday from the floor session. We had 3 days in a row with floor sessions. I don't remember when we've ever had 3 in a row, but 5 people didn't show up. Okay, where's the criticism of the 5 that didn't come to yesterday's session, right? Yeah. I was there till 4 o'clock. I had to leave so I could be here. This is once a year, and I had to be here. And I was asked by many people to be here. It was demanded, and I came because I had to for them. And I'm getting criticized today now because I abandoned my post and I wasn't there to vote for election integrity bills, yet I speak about election integrity. I didn't create these bills. I don't really think they're that good of bills. Probably won't get signed by the governor anyway, and they're going to make a big deal out of it because it's drama.
Yeah.
And this is from the Republican Party. It's not right. It's not right.
It's interesting to see now, the more we open our eyes and become awake to what's going on, how it's on both sides. And as soon as you take that step to be the man of the arena, to an extent you kind of stand alone compared to the machine that you're up against, how they all of a sudden want to label you all these things like a conspiracy theorist and a wacko, whatever they want to label you as.
Socrates said a long time ago, when the debate is lost, slander becomes the tool of the loser. That's what's happening to me. They've lost the debate. They don't have the edge for election integrity like I do with the package. The truth is right in front of them, but they're afraid to take action on it. So what do? Well, let's just show indifference. Let's deflect away from that. Let's call them names. Let's do conspiracy theories. Oh, he had to leave the floor early. He abandoned his job. It's all crap.
Right, yeah,
You know it, and I know it, and the people know it.
Yeah.
But they still do it because they used to get away with that.
Mm-hmm.
You know, let's taint this person's image, this person's character, by words we come up with that they can't back up. But that's another thing I got to tell you. Everything I write, everything I say, is backed up by cited information or empirical data. I don't say anything that's not backed up. They drop these words like nothing. They have no qualifying data to support it,
right?
And that's okay. I think that's not right either. So, and the media perpetuates that all the time.
Yeah, they do, because a lot of it's all bought and paid for, and they buy people, and they tell them this is what you're going to say, this is the narrative you're going to push, and the people who don't want to learn about history, don't want to learn about current affairs, what's really going on, it's oblivious to them. You just don't understand. So. Just go ahead.
If they don't understand, maybe because they don't want to, maybe they don't take the time to, they need to stop acting that way, because part of the problem is that. Mm-hmm. The other part of the problem is they keep voting for the same people all the time because they're in the job. If you're not doing performance management on the public servants who represent you, regardless of the seat, school board, county board, town board, state, federal, if you're not watching what people are doing that are supposed to serve you, then you deserve what you get. If you get mediocrity in a seat, you'll have allowed for it. We got to stop allowing for it as a society. Just get right people, right role, right time. It's Tim time. Yeah. That's it, right there.
Absolutely, it's Tim time.
It's Tim time.
And it's time for we the people to take a stand and remind the government that that's exactly what it is. It's we the people. Like Thomas Jefferson said, be eternally vigilant, and that really hits it home. But we're here at CPAC 2022. Support this man. Support what he does. Take a stand for your freedom. Stand for election integrity. This is it, guys. This is our moment right here. God bless. Thank you for being here with us. Appreciate it.
Bye now.